Here's the beginning of a side scroller from another video. You have a simple little character who has gravity, meaning he can walk around and jump and fall. He doesn't fall through the ground, and he can climb up on platforms. It's not perfect, but it's a beginning. In this video, what I want to show you how to do is make movable items that you can interact with. So I've gone ahead and selected from the from the given animations this red brick, but you can pick anything you wanted to. It could be a coin, it could be a turtle shell if you want to steal someone else's ideas. And now I need to make a sprite connected to that. So I'm going to grab this one and the set animation, and I guess I'm just going to call it brick. And I'll connect the picture. This one is called brick red 1, so that's what I need to put right here. And it should place it in the middle of the screen. And that's too big for my little guy, so I'm going to shrink it with a scale underneath. Maybe half that size, 0.5. That'll work. And then the next thing I want to do is I want to place it on this far side of the screen, but you can put it wherever you want to in your game. So I'm going to watch this X and Y value here. Looks like 360 and 200 would do. So I'm going to change these numbers to 360, 200. Okay, so now I have a little guy with a brick on the opposite side, and I want to make it where I can grab that. So I'm going to come down here inside my draw loop, and I'm putting it at the bottom just to keep it separate from everything else, because after the video I'll probably delete it back out. Okay, so down here I'll put my new code. What I want to do is say if, and I'm going to stick with Super Mario Brothers keys here, if the Y key is pressed, then I want this brick to have a new location. So I'm going to give it a new X and a new Y from the Sprite category. I like the Y underneath for some reason. Okay, and it's called brick. And the new location that I want to give it is wherever this guy is, so that it'll follow him around. So I'm going to say right here, player.x. So they'll be at the same left and right position. And the Y, I want it to be basically the player's Y. But I want it to be, well, I'll just leave it like that, and then I'll change it in a second. Okay, so watch this. So when I hit Y right now, the brick is going to jump over to me. Now you see how it covers his face? I don't really like that. So what I'm going to do is say player.y minus maybe 50 pixels. That'll move it up about 50 pixels. Right here on the player Y one. I'm guessing on the 50. We have to adjust that. Okay, now when I press Y, yeah, it's still covering him up. So let's do minus 80. Yeah, that's perfect. Alright, and if I hit Y again, it will follow him. But that isn't actually the functionality that I want. Alright, so I want to say if I only want him to be able to move the brick if he's touching it. You know, I don't want him to just be able to like grab it from anywhere. So I'm going to use a double and right here, which looks like this guy. And then I'm going to grab a player is touching. That way he can only move the brick if he's touching it and he presses Y. Let's scroll down and see what that looks like in blocks. There we go. And notice the double and is orange because it actually lives inside the math toolbox. Okay, and the player is touching the brick. Okay. So if I press Y right now, nothing happens. I'm going to have to actually walk over there to it. And now nothing happens either because I'm going to have to jump. Oh, this is tricky. That's not what I want to happen. Let's bring the brick down just a little bit so that he doesn't have to jump. So let's bring it down here, and let's bring it down in its initial position. Instead of being at 200 on the Y, we're going to make it like 210, so it'll be a little lower. Okay, so now when we walk over there, yeah, see how he's touching it just a little bit? So I'm going to press Y. And if I let go, I can just walk away. But if I hold in Y, then it can come with me. Right, so it's going to go with me. Even if I jump, it's still going to jump with me. So it's like I'm holding an item. And then I can go put it wherever I want to. So you can imagine a situation, and I'm not going to go through all this, but maybe the brick was over here in its current location, but this second platform was too high. You couldn't just walk over there, right? So then you could use the same gravity techniques we used on these two blue pieces, on these grounds. You could use those same gravity techniques on the brick so that he could grab it from here, place it right here so that he could step on top of it and climb onto the next platform. That's kind of the idea. That's how you can carry items around.